January 4th, 1942. Do you know how to celebrate the New Year? Well, if you are an officer of the Soviet High Command, you will be delighted to witness this week the most massive and most spectacular hailstorm of fire and steel being unleashed on the German lines. Yes, because this week the Red Army goes on the offensive west of Moscow, from Kalinin to Tula. And it is precisely around Kalinin and south of Tula that by the end of the week the Germans are forced to retreat. Howdy folks, welcome back to the channel and welcome to a new weekly episode of War in the East 2, the online game challenge, and welcome to the first episode of the new year, and of course welcome 1942. But before we dive into this core episode, into the core of this episode, let me tell you that this new year begins with a small bug. And the bug I'm talking about is hidden in the events here. And you see here the loss of Tallinn event. Why is this event here? It's very simple. Because I'm an idiot. When I prepared this scenario, the event... where is it? Yeah, the last stand at Tallinn. On one hand, it does not have a, say, as an action, the action of inactivating the opposite event, so the loss of Tallinn. And on the other hand, the loss of Tallinn only checks if Tallinn is in Soviet hands, in Axis hands, before August, not August 1941. Nor this event expires after August 1941. So, yeah, I have to say goodbye to the Special Engineer Sapper Brigade. It's a bit annoying, it's not the end of the world. It does not change dramatically the order of battle of the Red Army. It's just, say, 4,000 men less in the order of battle, and they won't be missed and they won't make much of a difference. Then, since we're here about the events, we have the Smolensk Partisans, which is... interesting, because I don't remember seeing this event in the Axis campaign. And then we have the Soviet Partisans, then we have the declaration by United Nations. Actually, let me do something that I was not planning to do. Since I've lost one construction brigade, let me create or train one new engineer Sapper Brigade, the 33rd one. Yeah, it's okay. Let's build one here in the reserves, and the next week I will bring it on the map. Besides that, let's have a look at the turns. Oh my god, the turn summary I said, yes. So I got 85,000 men on the map, almost 110 in the reserves, and the Axis got almost 70,000 men on the map, and whoa, 1,300 guns and 167 AFVs. It seems that the Axis are getting reinforcements now, either from production or training or from, I don't know, from Western Europe. But yeah, let's also have a look, at the global order of battle. Yeah, 3.7 versus 5.2 and almost 1 million men in reserves. Losses wise, 861,000 and 3.6. Oh, again, sorry, I keep forgetting to go invisible on Steam. And then yes, I've lost 13,000 men versus the nearly 20,000 of the Axis overall. And if you have a look at the metrics on the map, I guess exactly both order of battles are going up, I would say. And yeah, guns, I mean, I have a big difference. AFVs, oh, now I went up. Okay, nice, that's good to see. And aircraft, yeah, I mean, I still have the upper hand overall. And let's say, if there is one lesson that I did learn from the offensives of the Western Front, is that I must not concentrate my attacks along one single sector of the front. Because if I attack in one sector of the front, the Germans react quite rapidly, I would say. And maybe because the Germans have an interest in holding out the area of the Western Front, given the very close proximity of these troops towards Moscow. And of course, this came at the price of mobilizing their reserves. And by mobilizing, I mean bringing them to the main front line. Like here, I see the 13th, the 18th Panzer, the 29th Motorized, and the 20th Panzer Division. But having seen this, I decided that for the new year I want to try something different. And what I want to try is no, that's sorry, wrong button. Is to launch an offensive along nearly the entire front, and yeah, because I want to try to confuse my opponent about where will be, or where will the next big offensive land to, and as such. Besides having seen here these motorized units, these regimented motorized units, the idea is to attack along this Kalinin salient using both the 30th Army and the 49th Army to attack this region over here, and the 1st Shock Army to attack this region over here. Now here there are planes, so the idea is to close, ideally close a pocket here and prevent the escape of these units here. And on the other hand, I want to push here against the Das Reich and the 2nd Motorized Infantry Division. I have to say, I tried something that I think I used once or twice during the summer counteroffensives or counterattacks, and this is the massive employment of air support. Actually, I think I saw it. Is it here? No, I think it's here, right? Yes, okay, exactly. So, I literally bombed for one entire week the Das Reich and this regiment of the 2nd Motorized Infantry Division, as well as I attacked over here for one whole week the lines of the 162nd Infantry Division. And it's interesting that I did use, let's say here, the Long Range Air Command, and here the the AOGs of the Western Front, while here I did use the AOGs also of the Western Front. I did not touch the AOGs attached to the Moscow Air Command because they should support the offensive of the 1st Shock Army. Actually, let me see if the Moscow Air Command, yes, it has the ground support and it is set to follow. Yes, the Moscow Defense Zone. Okay, perfect, yes. And while over here I did use, yeah, exactly, the long range command because I didn't want to mobilize the Bryansk front, which is set to support both the central and the Bryansk front. Where is it? Yeah, okay, so ground support Bryansk front and central front. Exactly, yes, perfect, okay. And so yeah, actually yes, since I did this massive air offensive, massive, I mean it only cost 2,800 casualties of manpower and 32 guns and 1 AFVs, and it was pretty like poor because like the long range air command, yeah, like I think these two were just interdictions. Yeah, because you see here plus 50, plus 25, and plus 10. Here, mostly interdictions, and here again a couple of interdictions. So I was expecting a much bigger effect of the Soviet Air Force, to be honest, and yeah, this is against the 2nd Motorized Division, I guess. Yeah, Tula. So, and this Kubinka is against the 162nd. So these losses are not really like something that I was expecting to see. Yeah, I was expecting like maybe 2, 3, 5 times more losses, but maybe it's because of the weather and stuff like that. So yeah, this is the plan of the first week of 1942. as I said, enough talking. But before leaving, just to mention that I already reset the briefly. Oh my God, yes. The where yes, as you can see, I was playing around with the commander's report. I did already reshuffle the where are they? The units in refit mode. Well, I was wrong actually, because let's say yeah, so these must not be in refit mode anymore. Maybe I was wrong. So I thought I already rearranged the unit refit and blah blah blah, but apparently I was wrong. Well, never mind. Let's do it now briefly. So anyone but the refit. Yes, okay, and if they have the TOE between 0 and 95. Oh yeah, okay, maybe I was looking at the units outside of the map. But yeah, so that should do it, because these are all the units without... Yes, exactly. While all the units in refit mode... Yes, 95 is the maximum TOE, so yeah, makes sense. Okay, as I said, enough chit-chatting now, and let's dive straight into this New Year grand offensive. Alright, so the New Year's offensive. It was kind of obvious that I wanted to attack the... how it's called, the Kalinin and the Tula region, because on one hand, yes, it's true, I want to confuse my opponent, but on the other hand, I think that now the time has come to at least try to shrink the Kalin salient. Small spoiler alert, this will not happen at least this week, because despite having bombed into oblivion the 162nd Infantry Division, its men still had enough strength to, let's say, just retreat and not rout. If only the 162nd had routed, I would have achieved a much bigger success. But still, it's what you will see in this episode is, I would say, much better than nothing. And the other region, the other, let's say, position that I wanted to attack were, of course, the positions of the Das Reich south of Tula, because I don't know why my opponent left some regiments over there, but if there is one lesson that I think I said in the winter tutorial episode of my tutorial series, is that when you face the winter, you should never ever regiment your units. Otherwise, either against the AI or in this case against a human player, me, you will face the wrath of the Red Army. And folks, having said that, I know this was a very quick overview of this episode. Thank you very much for watching, folks. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. I wish you all the best. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you all again next week.